Dying Light the Beast is here. Well, sort of. I've been playing the preview build, and while it is limited, it already shows what Techland is trying to do. Keep in mind that this isn't the full game, just a review of what's available. The graphics in the Beast are about on par with Dying Light 2. What makes it stand out is the world design. I was confined in Old Town for this preview, and honestly, Techland did a great job here. Everything feels handcrafted and detailed in a way Dying Light 2 tried to do, but didn't always land consistently. DL2 had its moments, like rooftops in Old Villador, but in the Beast, that level of detail feels more steady. Apparently, the Beast world was built mostly by hand. For those who don't know, DL2 leaned in procedural generation, which is why a lot of layouts I copy-pasted. Here, I didn't notice much reuse, though I did find some funny oddities, like a door that opens straight into a wall. What is that door? Look at this. It just leads into the wall, bro. What? Oh, I found it again. I also liked how the weather can play a role. Just like in Dying Light 1, rain amps up electric mods. Plus, the environment reacts to you at times. You could bust through some windows, even though it is a bit anticlimactic, or send zombies through furniture. I really love this feature in the game, and I really wish that almost everything, if not all things, react to you. When it comes to lighting, the sun is actually dynamic. You can see it moving around. It's not a slideshow like in DL2. However, it is not perfect. Yes, you do see the shadows moving, but then they just stop. You don't see the shadows constantly moving like in Dying Light 1, and it doesn't always accurately reflect as well. It's somewhat of a placebo effect. I would say it's about in the middle. Hopefully it's fixed by the time the game comes out. Parkour in the Beast is about the same as DL2. Monkey bars, vaults, wall runs, but it feels less floaty. Not quite as strong as Dying Light 1, but definitely better than DL2's launch. Air control is also strong. It's basically like the physical parkour setting in Dying Light 2. You can maneuver mid-air like if it's nothing. It does make falling less risky because you don't have to fully commit to anything. And it's easier to also juke volatiles. In my opinion though, I think it might be better if they turn it down a bit so parkour could be more risky. The system doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it's solid. Some may miss things like faster climbing skills or mantling, which aren't here, at least in this preview build it wasn't. So parkour was very slow, which I find very strange because oh my god. Every Dying Light game had a skill that makes you parkour faster. Bablood in the companion app doesn't count, shut up. When it comes to animations, it's a mix of old and new. Smaller ones I find you don't really need to change those, like holstering your weapon. But core moves like wall running should ideally get a fresh touch because it's a very useful skill and so you're gonna be using it a lot. I don't know how many animations I changed in the full game, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Now on to combat. The gore is absolutely brutal. Techland clearly went all in here. Although yes, the gore is just pretty much the gut feeling update from Dying Light 2, it's still very gruesome. I love how Crane gets covered in blood. I do low-key wish it was like Back 4 Blood where your character just turns red from all the blood everywhere. Your weapons degrade just like in Dying Light 1 and you can repair them. And what I think is funny is that right now in this preview build there wasn't an animation for repairing your weapon, so it just pops back into perfect condition. Hitting zombies feel more like Dying Light 1 than Dying Light 2, which is amazing, but zombies grab you way more often now. When it comes to the human enemies, there isn't much to really say about them. They behave almost the same as Dying Light 2, though they got rid of that constipated voice Renegades had. There's also unique weapons like a grenade launcher with different ammo types, a flamethrower, and the saw blade launcher. Obviously, some of these are better than others. I feel like the saw blade launcher can have more potential. Maybe it could ricochet off walls, or you can pick up the blades. During my playtest, all it did was just be able to kill two enemies at the same time. You charge up your beast mode by just being the most violent fucking person on the planet, and once that meter reaches full capacity, Beast mode is fun. The finishers are amazing, but during this playtest, Special Infecteds only had one finisher animation. So it becomes an issue of you've seen it once, you've already seen it all. It gets repetitive fast. Common zombies have variety, so that's good. Hopefully the specials also get the same treatment. Combat in that's the wrong game. The combat in Beast mode, I feel like it leans too heavy on basic swings. Other attacks do exist, but they don't do as much damage as just using your fist. Wow, that does nothing. Except for the ground pound. That one's actually really good too. There's a unique grappling hook skill tied to the beast, which I think is really neat. Now, one thing I really hate about the combat in Dying Light is the iframes you get for dodging or doing a finisher. This is also a feature in Dying Light 2, and it just makes the game so easy. Is this just me? Nighttime is where fans really want Dying Light to shine, so the first thing I did when I got access was start a level 4 chase, expecting the thrill DL1 gave me. Right now though, it feels closer to DL2's night. Level 4 doesn't bring new surprises, no unique infected, no big escalation. It's early, so this might not be final, but I do hope Techland adds more intensity here. So quick update, ever since my Nighttime is easy video, the lead franchise director for Dying Light, Timon Smectala, saw the video and left a comment confirming that they will be tweaking the night to make it more scary and difficult. So that's amazing to hear, because scary nights are part of what made Dying Light iconic. I am curious about how they're gonna go about this. With the beast being a new feature, it does take away some scariness out of the night. Like for example, you can just easily scale buildings, so it could be very easy to get away. But maybe that's the point with it. I feel like we could get a lot more chaotic. Bring out demolishers, banshees, spitters. I just think the more chaotic it is, the better it could be. The last time I ever had to lock in for Dying Light's nighttime is when I played Dying Light too early, and that's because of the anticipation. With new gameplay mechanics and infected like the banshee, I didn't know what to expect. I'm not gonna get too much into it as this was just an early playtest and they did confirm that they're gonna tweak the night, so I'm just gonna let them cook and let's see what they come up with. The physics got a massive upgrade compared to DL2. This is something Techland themselves has mentioned that they focused on, and you can really tell. It's very satisfying and just a pleasant sight. The way enemies fall, react, or just get hit, it feels right now. I think the truck is very satisfying to drive. It's not noticeably fast like the buggy from Dying Light 1. Instead, it feels a lot heavier and grounded. And the cool thing about it is that every time you're driving, you can hear the music ramp up. You won't have your own car like in Dying Light 1. The truck is just going to be scattered all over the map, so you can get in it whenever you find one. Don't ask me where Crane gets the keys or why there's always gas. From what I know, you can't upgrade the parts like you can with the buggy from Dying Light 1, but you can get skills like less gas consumption and more durability. And one thing that I really hope would change is that when a zombie jumps on your car, all they do is just hit your windshield until the car sets on fire. It would be so much cooler if the windshield would break, and then they can like jump in or pull you out. When it comes to game-breaking bugs, I'm proud to say that my experience was solid. I didn't experience anything like falling out of the map, getting stuck, or insta-dying. The worst bug I experienced was a zombie disappearing, but then they reappeared, so it was fine. Now, intentionally, I'm not going to review this game way too hard because it is just early access, and I cannot stress it enough that what you're seeing here does not represent the full game. Ultimately, the biggest question is, did I have a good time playing this game? And the answer is yes. I understand how suspicious that may look considering that I'm like a Dying Light channel, but I have called Techland out on things in the past like their parkour and recently with the whole nighttime being easy in the beast, so we'll see. Now there are bigger questions like, is this actually going to be the best Dying Light game that Techland is advertising it to be? And that's the type of stuff I'm gonna be answering once the game actually comes out. But in the meantime, I had a good time beasting it all over the place.